Okay, here we go. We are here and we are ready to go racing momentarily for the IndyCar Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Let me just try and get my thing lined up. There we go. That is pretty much perfect. So there we go. We are ready for racing here at Indianapolis. Hopefully everybody's excited. I know I am. But yeah, here we go. Gonna quickly do a quick refresh of this, and we will be getting going. So here we go. So welcome everybody. We are getting ready for IndyCar racing. If you guys are new here, we're gonna be doing some live play-by-play here for the race. Christian Lundgaard on the pole position, sharing the front row with Felix Rosenqvist. Then you have Pillow and Harvey, row 2. Row 3 is Pato O'Ward and Kyle Kirkwood. Row 4 is Ericsson and Graham Rahal. So all three Rahal cars starting in the top 8. That's pretty good compared to how they had been doing this season. Scott Dixon and Alexander Rossi sharing row 5. Row number 6 is shared between Marcus Armstrong and Will Power. Joseph Newgarden and Colton Herta round out that row 7. So here we go. Oh, this is a pretty good. I'm excited for this one. Like IndyCar is definitely a different beast to NASCAR, but I don't think that's a bad thing, especially for someone who's a fan of both forms of motorsport. Let's see. So beyond that, we have row number 8 is Devlin DeFrancesco and Scott McLaughlin. Row number 9 is Rinus VK and Roman Grosjean. Then you've got row 10, which is held by Simon Pagenaud and David Malukas. Connor Daly and Stingray Robb have row number 11. Row number 12 is Benjamin Peterson and Callum Ilott. And then the two Juncos Hollinger racing cars, Callum Ilott and Augustine Canapino, sharing row. They're Ilott and Benjamin Peterson are sharing row 12, and then Augustine Canapino and Elio are sharing row number 13, and then Santino Ferrucci is rounding out the back of the field. So here we go. Pretty good field, honestly, looking at the grid of cars. A lot of depth. And that's kind of the big thing I would say about the IndyCar series, that any given race you look at, I feel like there's a decent chunk of drivers who can win the race, even if there isn't necessarily one standout most of the time. So here we go. So yeah, so they've got a commercial break, and then we should be rolling here for the race. Supposedly there's been a little bit of drizzle at the track this morning, so wet track or potentially damp track conditions to start the race could be interesting. Yeah, here we go. And they're back from commercial break, which means we're getting ready to go. One second. Alright, there we go. That should add a little bit more ambient light, hopefully. Got an extra lamp in than compared to normal, so here we go. Track side for the command to start the engines. So here we go. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I probably should have restarted my computer before this, but I didn't think to do that. But hopefully it's going to be alright. Looks to be running smooth so far. Alright, there we go. They have fired the engines. Drivers are starting their engines, and we already went through the starting grid, so I think we're actually a little ahead of the pace right now. But yeah, I will say I was caught off guard. I didn't realize this race was on a Saturday, so oh yeah, that reminds me. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I want to make sure I get my one other thing done here real quick. But yeah, so here we go. They're rolling. Kyle Kirkwood almost went and just ran himself off the track. There we go. Shared the stream. So here we go. All right, so they're going to be talking to Christian Lundgaard here. He made his first career pole position here yesterday. So there we go. All right, so here we go. Hopefully everybody's having a great time. I know I'm getting ready for a very good race here. A good kind of distraction from life, honestly, because life's a thing, and yeah, nice to have racing to go to, because that was a big thing for my kind of been going back and watching a lot of stuff from 2020, and it's like, yeah, there was not much for actual racing going on. So here we go, here we go. Waiting to see, still waiting on the lap count to see if I can move the lap count at all. Hopefully it'll all fall right into place with where it was. Also, I figured out what the purple was. So if a driver's name on my list glows purple, it means that they just turned their fastest lap of the race. Not used to having a leaderboard that says dynamic as IndyCar. So massive credit to IndyCar for their online race leaderboard. So here we go. So here we go. Pre-race pick. I find it hard to not go with a Ray Hall Honda, so I'm not gonna go with the pole sitter. I'm actually gonna go. I think Graham Rahal. I think his experience will allow him to win this race. He's starting inside the top 10. He's starting 8th, so I think he could do it. But yeah, but I want to see him get it done for getting the first top 10 for his team, or for top 10 for his team, or for his family team there. Oh, and here we go. We are going. Oh, uh-oh. Trying to figure out which way I need to go to center myself, because I seem to be a little off to the side. Alright, there we go. Alright, so yeah, here we go. We're just getting ready. For a pretty good race here, hopefully. And we still don't really know what we're going to see, but hopefully it's going to be good. So here we go. A lot of so yeah, I believe this is the 10th race at this track, or the 10th year of racing at this venue. So curious to see how that ends up going. All right. So yeah, Indy 500. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for coverage for the Indy 500. Hoping for maybe at least coverage of the last row shootout and maybe the Fast Nine, but we'll see how that works in and around NASCAR All Star Race weekend. And then I'm going to be in Charlotte for the 600. So again, we'll see what I can do for content at Charlotte and obviously for Indy 500. So we'll see. But again, I'm enjoying a lot of the IndyCar stuff as a change of pace. So I like the mix up of doing a few different types of racing. Wish I could have done F1 last week. I think it was when they had Miami, but they were doing it at the same time as NASCAR. So here we go. We're bunched up and we're ready to go racing here. So they got, I think it's like 2-3 turns left here of pacing, and then we will be racing. So, oh. All right, so let's see. That lined up pretty well. I'm going to just resize and reshape this a little bit. Give me a second. As here we go. We're getting ready for... They're coming off pit road right now, and I want to just get this really quickly edited. All right, there we go. That looks a little bit better. Might try and move it over. Oh, whoa! Alex Palou is falling back a lot. What happened to Palou? So, wow. That's it. That was a chaotic start. And whoa, someone cut the course there massively. Massive corner cut from some green car in the middle of the field. But yeah, so everybody's gonna go purple here to start because it's everybody's fastest lap right now. David Malukas just went and shoved McLaughlin offline, so that's interesting. So here we go. So out. Wait a minute. Then who is that falling back? Because I thought that was Palou falling through the field. But Alex Palou just took the race lead. What? Okay, so then who was that fell through the field? Was that Armstrong? Was it Marcus Armstrong maybe falling through the field? Because he's another one of those Ganassi cars, so he might have similar sponsorship and have a similar paint scheme on his car. Hard to really tell, but here we go. Alex Palou has got the lead, and he's going to try and run away with this one. Then there's that McLaren juggernaut of cars number 6, 7, and 5 in the middle of the pack there. Running 4th, 5th, and 6th here. So, yeah, here we go. All right, so they're starting to calm down there on the fastest laps now that... Oh, we got 2 cars off track. 2 cars around. That's Malukas, and that is Stingray Robb. Stingray Robb and David Malukas, 2 teammates getting into each other here. Man, that was a chaotic start to the race. So, yep, Dale Coyne gonna be a little unhappy about that if there is any super significant damage. It doesn't look a ton of damage, but it's also kind of hard to tell with IndyCars what is a ton of damage because with the open wheels, it's easy to get suspension damage without really even noticing. See, I'm not okay. Here we go. Let's see the replay and see what happened here. Oh yeah, he just he was. So here we go. Let's see. All right, here we go. So they're going. What happened here? Okay, so it was Ray Hall who fell through the field. Okay, well, good job on my pre-race pick, spinning out in the first opportunity absolutely possible. But there we go. That was chaotic, to say the least there. But here we go. So now they're doing a piece on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this one. I know I am. Pelot leading over Lundgaard and Harvey, so 3 Hondas having the field. And then you got 3 McLaren Chevys there with Rossi, Rosenquist, and Award in the next 3 spots. Then you got Ericsson, Newgarden, and then you got a couple of Andretti Hondas behind them with Herta, Kirkwood, and DeFrancesco. So here we go. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Pretty good race going on here. Hopefully, you guys are excited for it. I know obviously the ideal situation would have been for us to be here for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, which was going on at the same time, but I was still at work when it started, and I missed like the whole first stage, so. But I'm gonna try and keep track of at least how it's going. Let's actually go see how NASCAR is doing. I noticed their leaderboard was working today, which they couldn't seem to get working at all last night for trucks, but hopefully that's at least a good sign that it's going to be fixed for today. All right, so I got about 10 laps to go, and Cole Custer is the race leader here over Nemechek, Allgaier, Hill. Austin Hill's back up there? Wow. Last I saw, he was spinning out in one big wreck. And then Kyle Larson in 5th. So, okay, that's your quick update on the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. While we happen to be at a commercial break for the first caution flag for the IndyCar. But, yeah. So, pretty good race. Who do you guys think is going to win the IndyCar race, though? Would love to hear your guys' opinion on that one. Because, yeah, predicting this winner, I think, is for the IndyCar race. It's going to be interesting because you got a lot of drivers who haven't necessarily proven themselves quite yet. Like Jack Harvey and Lundgaard are both very fast, but neither one has a career win under their belt. Rossi, he has like 1 win since 2019. Rosenquist has been hit or miss. Pato Award looking for his first win of the season. So, yeah, there's a lot of question marks here at the front of the field for who could win or who could put themselves in position to win this race, because this race typically is dominated by one driver or one team. So, we'll have to just wait and see which team's going to emerge as the one to win it. All right, so they're talking with David Malukas here, so we get to hear from him about what happened there. There we go. I'm gonna bring that a little closer, hopefully, so that I don't have to reach as far for messing with the computer. So here we go. Oh, and they're back to the green flag. Am I backed up a bit? No, I'm not backed up due to lag or anything. So okay, I thought maybe my stream, because yeah, my live timing is going. Oh, they're about to go green here. So here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is gonna be out, and we are racing here. So yeah, so the race control is just a bit ahead, it seems. So here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and they are racing. Here, let's see what's going to happen here with Pillow. So, Pillow leading this race. We're going to have to see what happens here. Oh, there we go. Pillow putting a mess. Someone was really smoking those tires. That was Jack Harvey there, the number 30 car. Dragged a ton of tire there. That's going to kill those tires for a little bit at least. So, here we go. So here we go. So a lot of drivers again, kind of turning their new best lap. So yeah, it's gonna go purple for a little bit. But here we go. Let's see who's. So we got again. Rossi is up into the top 3. So Alexander Rossi looking to make some moves here. So there we go. So they're talking right now about some of these drivers using some of that the push to pass to try and pass some of these guys. As we got few of these guys. Oh, we got a spin. Will Power goes around with Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle Kirkwood there and Will Power end up going for a spin. So here we go. So Kyle Kirkwood was off track and he was just trying to get back to the racing surface when he ultimately just clipped Will Power there. Yeah, I'm curious. Oh, we got the incident is under review between Power and Kirkwood. So Kirkwood was off track, but from what they showed, again, Power actually looked like he might have shoved him into the grass. So I guess kind of it's actually a bit of his fault there, Power's fault there for pushing the car off track that ultimately came back onto the track and hit him. And again, it was more sliding out of control at that point when he was trying to save it to get it back on the track. But yeah. So here we go. A lot of fast cars here. A lot of cars turning their fastest laps. But yeah, so right now Pelot just trying to stretch this lead as much as he can. Lundgaard trying to stay close here in second. So here we go. Alright, so yeah, this is again, it's interesting to watch a different form of motorsport because as someone who's primarily a NASCAR fan, these these kind of reviewing an incident mid race is kind of not normal for me. So here we go. Marcus Armstrong, a couple other guys kind of not turning their best lap this last lap. So, but yeah. Again, I think the McLarens are going to be the interesting ones because they are piled up right at the back of the front two. So yeah, they got about a second between the other two McLarens, but there's only a half second between Rossi at the front and Lundgaard as the second highest, as the second place car here. So yeah, here we go. Rossi versus Lundgaard is going to be an interesting one to watch as they dog each other here. Or more specifically, as Rossi tries to dog Lundgaard, because Lundgaard's going to try and get away if he can. Oh, Kyle Larson won the Xfinity Series race, so there we go. Shock and surprise. I know. Just going to quickly look through the rest of the running order, see if there's any other big surprises. Hocevar 6th. Corey Heim getting a top 10. Sammy Smith, who was a lap down when I first tuned in, he got up to 11th. 26 cars ended up on the lead lap, so not too bad for the NASCAR Xfinity Series guys. But yeah, we're not talking NASCAR Xfinity Series. We are IndyCar racing here. It's an 85 lap race, so it's a decent length race. Because these road course races, they're gonna go fast though, because these cars move a lot faster than NASCAR cars do around these types of tracks. Oh, and there is a penalty for Kyle Kirkwood for avoidable contact, I'm guessing. So, yeah, they just forced the only one you can find in English. You'd imagine for IndyCar, I mean, it's Indianapolis. You'd imagine there's more than just one person talking about this race in English, but yeah. Well, happy to have you here. But yeah, so right now, they just went to a commercial break, but yeah, so they ended up assessing a unnecessary or an avoidable contact penalty to the to Kyle Kirkwood there, the number 27 car, forcing him to have to drop behind Will Power, which is essentially tail end of the longest line. Now he doesn't have to pit or anything, or he doesn't have to do a drive-through, which is nice. But yeah, he does have to give up all the track position he had. So yeah, that's going to be the big thing for Kyle Kirkwood, your Long Beach Grand Prix winner. But yeah. So right now we're at commercial break. We're working lap 11 here on the race. Pelot got around Lundgaard really early and has basically just been trying to drive away from him the entire race since then. Say about 4 seconds between them right now, Pelot and Lundgaard. But the battle behind him, again, Lundgaard has got Rossi breathing down his neck here for the second overall spot. Then the other McLarens are giving each other about 1 to 1.5 seconds of breathing room for the two for their other drivers. So Felix Rosenqvist hanging about 1.4 back of Rossi, Pato O'Ward hanging about 1.3 back of Rosenqvist. Again, just trying to give each other the breathing room in case someone makes a mistake. Then Newgarden is another 3 seconds back from there. So yeah, so that top 5 though. That's going to be the battle where I feel like it's reasonable to assume that they could potentially go and make some passes. Also, 2 of those 3 McLarens are actually on black tires here. The harder compound versus the red alternate tires. So, it's another thing to keep in mind. So, Palou is driving away on red tires compared to Lundgaard on blacks. As the run goes on, one would imagine that we will see that kind of starting to go back towards Lundgaard because those tires for Palou will start to fall off. Oh, yeah, there we go. Rinus VK is in pit road getting on the alternate tire. So, yeah, it seems like the red tires, they're going to be the preferred tire, but you got to run each set at least once to fulfill your allotment requirement for the series. When you've got multiple compounds, you're required to run a sticker set or a brand new set of each at least once. So there we go. Marcus Armstrong dives for pit road. Was he? Let's see. Was he a? Was he on? Let's see. Marcus Armstrong. He's on reds now. I don't know if. So yeah. So they just put reds on him. I think he started the race on black. So. But yeah, I'm curious again to kind of see who in this top bit here pits. Do we see maybe Joseph Newgarden go for a pit stop here to try and cut to cut behind try and jump ahead of some of these McLarens. Again, it'll come down to strategy here, but yeah. Here we go, man. So Marcus Ericsson, they were just mentioning. So they were just doing a bit on Christian Lundgaard being the first Danish driver to win a pole position in IndyCar in IndyCar history. But yeah, Marcus Ericsson up to 8th place. I think he just made a pass on Jack Harvey there. Then you got Scott Dixon, who's in 10th. So there's a few other drivers here that could potentially shake things up if given the opportunity. And oh, Jack Harvey's in the pits. Jack Harvey has come to pit road. So here we go. So at the next yellow flag, I'm going to try and grab some water because I am starting to dry out just a little bit. But yeah, so we've got a lot of pit stops going on here. So curious if we see a if we see a car spin here, IndyCar may try and pull the NASCAR type thing where you go and leave the pit road open. Or I guess that's more NASCAR copying IndyCar, but yeah, where you go and leave the pit road open to try and get through the pit sequence. Although I think again a stationary race car, if there's a problem that you need to throw a caution for, you shouldn't be waiting to throw it. So here we go. So yeah, so Jack Harvey is on pit road. He was the one we were just talking about being on pit road here. Looking through the rest of the field, trying to see if I see any others. Whoever's in 16th place, just trying to their fast lap. Santino Ferrucci up to 14th for now. Obviously, he's elevated due to pit stops because he hasn't pit yet. Here we go. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how these McLaren cars do here, running 3rd, 4th, and 5th, because you got 3 bullets to try. I mean, you could, in theory, try 3 different strategies here with the 3 drivers. Now, I don't know if all 3 drivers would want to be essentially guinea pigs for 3 separate strategies versus going with one somewhat agreed upon strategy, but Again, we'll have to wait and kind of see if that ends up being the what ends up being the preferred strategy here. Here we go. Roman Grosjean, Santino Ferrucci, and Joseph Newgarden all pitting here. So a lot of guys coming to pit road here. So Ray Hall moving back to the front. Ray Hall was my pre-race pick. Again, looked really bad because he was the car that I saw spin on the start that I thought was Alex Palou. So here we go. Also, I love this leaderboard ticker that I got on the side here for IndyCar, better than the NASCAR one. Let's say it works very well. Oh, and here we go. Race leader Alex Palou going to be hitting pit road. Alex Palou is coming to pit road. Oh, Will Power comes down pit road. Alexander Rossi comes to pit road. So Christian Lundgaard stays out, and he is going to assume the race lead for now. So do Felix Rosenqvist and Pato O'Ward look to be staying out at least an extra lap or two. Same with Colton Herta, Marcus Ericsson, Scott Dixon staying out so far. But here we go. So here we go. I'm curious to see what Palou ends up doing here. Again, I think you need to do a black tire stint here now if you think the Reds are going to be the best one for the end of the race, because you want to make sure you're not restricted as to what you have to do at the end of the race in terms of tires. But, yeah. So there we go. Alexander Rossi also putting on black tires. He was the McLaren driver who went with red tires to start the race compared to the other two who started on blacks. So here we go. So Christian Lundgaard just kind of staying out there, chilling. So here we go. So yeah, it looks like the Juncos Hollinger cars are coming up to get lapped here, and I actually want to turn my brightness up a bit. So there we go. Oh, there we go. So Alex Palou, they're showing the last three laps for him before his pit stop. So he hit a new second bracket that, so I don't know if that was by mistake or if that was by driver just kind of playing it easier. Because, again, when you're on lap 19 of a long race. Oh, here we go. Lundgaard pits. Lundgaard coming to pit road. So here we go. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So the let's say Lundgaard there looks like he primarily pit just to avoid lap traffic of that number 77 car, because lap traffic is gonna would slow down a race car driver a significant bit. So here we go. So now Rosenqvist and O'Ward are your front two with Herta in third. So here we go. Welcome everybody to the stream. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it. Of course, if you guys are enjoying these live streams, of course leave a like on them. Subscribe if you guys are new. We're still on our march towards 2,250 subscribers here throughout the month of May. We're trying to get to that goal. So, still chugging our way towards it. But, yeah, so right now, though, right now we're just kind of looking at some of these drivers who are going to be pitting here. So, like, right now, it looks like 9 drivers have yet to pit. And nope, here we go. Delvin DeFrancesco and Colton Herta come to pit road here. So Colton Herta hits pit road along with Delvin DeFrancesco. So here we go. Ooh, man. Here we go. So let's see. Colton Herta is taking off red tires and he's putting on the primary black Firestone tires. So here we go. Augustine Canapino up into that top 10. Again, I don't think he's pit yet. Oh, and we got the 2 McLarens on pit road. Rosenquist and Award both pitting. So those 2 pit together, and that's going to promote Marcus Ericsson to the race lead for just a bit. So here we go. Scott Dixon, Augustine Canapino, and Ray Hall are the other drivers to kind of look for to see if we can find some more pit stops happening here. Alright, so here we go. Oh, man. So, yeah, so right now, though, again, they're kind of working their way through, but pitting here, pitting around lap 18 to 22, that's going to be interesting because that is going to, yeah. Looking at these ones, so, yeah, if you pit at lap 20, or 18 to 22, 18 to 22 is the range. 18, so you assume a pit every 18 laps, you would probably... So yeah, I would say it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out, but Lundgaard versus Palou for the race lead, it's down to half a second here. Now, I know they aren't the race leaders yet, but they are making their way up there. Scott Dixon and Marcus Ericsson, the other 2 Ganassi guys pitting. So Ericsson and Dixon are coming to pit road, and then we'll have to see what Ray Hall does. So here we go. So 18. So 18, let me see. I'm going to do a little bit of math real quick. So that would mean that you would need about 4. So if you divide that up, 18 laps a run, you would go about 4 runs. So I think that would be a 3-stop strategy that we're going to be seeing. So 3 stops here. So yeah, I'm looking like it's probably going to be a lot of 3-stop strategies here. I don't really see much option for a 2-stopper. To make a 2-stopper work, you probably would have needed to go about 25 to 30 laps here, because if you're going to do 2 stops, that would be you pit it 25. You pit at 25, and then you have to try and stretch that final one to 35 laps. So yeah, that would be much harder here. All right, so they go to the commercial break here as we have Graham Rahal on the position. Whoa, wait! How did Lundgaard get the lead from Palou? Palou had the race lead, but now Lundgaard is second place to Rahal. I guess Rahal maybe working with his teammate, although 3 seconds up the road, I don't think that's enough to affect much there. But Rosenqvist now leading the McLaren trio there. So here we go. So here we go. The 25. Let's see. How many runs would we have to do a two-stopper here? So let's see. 85. Let's divide that amongst 3 because that's 2 stops. So you need to go about 28 laps, which Rahal, again, he's already pit once when after he got spun out. So we'll have to wait and see if we'll have to wait and see, I think, on a lot of this stuff. And they are back from commercial break, so here we go. So they're back from commercial, and I'm curious again to see how Rahal potentially treats his teammate when his teammate comes up to lap him. I don't know if Rahal wants to give up the lead lap. I don't know if the Rahal team really wants Lundgaard lapping Rahal. Yeah, or not lapping. I'm sorry, that would be a battle for position, but essentially, because he's not pit yet. But this Graham Rahal, by the way, did come into the pits again. He came into the pits on lap 4 when he had that spin. So here we go. Let's see. So we're hitting close to that mark where we don't know how far Rahal can really go on the fuel and tires. Because as long as we saw any of these guys that just pit, stay out till was about 23. Okay, so Lundgaard just kind of dove it in on Hello and managed to get him to leave open the inside line as they went for the pass. So here we go. These IndyCar races are always pretty interesting, though. Feels like the strategy is never really all that clear cut. So here we go. So yeah, again, those 3 McLarens are going to be hard to break up. But I'm curious to see what happens when we get close to the end of this race and we maybe see them start to turn on each other. So here we go. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what Christian Lundgaard is gonna do here because he is starting to stretch out the lead, but again, he's starting to get close to his teammate, which again, dirty air is gonna start to be a factor. But yeah, here we go. So here we go. Here we go. Hopefully, you guys are excited. We're getting to about the 1/3 mark here. We're a little bit past the 1/3 mark actually, because yeah, working lap 29 here. So yeah, I'm curious again. I really, I'm really looking forward to the Iowa doubleheader. I don't know if I'll be able to stream both races. I will at least be able to stream one. I feel like because we'll see if what NASCAR Xfinity or truck race that it doubles up with potentially the Iowa doubleheader, but as long as it doesn't overlap, should be okay. So here we go. So here we go. So Ray Hall needs to make it 4 more laps to put himself in this window to make it to the end of this race on the same strategy essentially that the rest of the field is, and make it that he is essentially really the race leader. Because right now he's kind of been leading this race by proxy because he hasn't pit much. So here we go. So here we go. Graham Rahal coming into pit road this time. Graham Rahal will be pitting this time. So here we go. Pitting on lap 30. That's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening here. But yeah, you don't have much options here when you're Graham Rahal. Oh, we got Grosjean making a move here on Scott McLaughlin. And those two have not had the best of starts of their season because those two have tangled quite a few times. I think McLaughlin took notice of who it was and knew to just kind of stay out the way and not impede him worse. Because, yeah, he has not made that driver too happy there between Roman and Scott. So here we go. Looking forward to Darlington tomorrow, though, with the NASCAR Cup Series. Throwback day, throwback week. But yeah. So Graham Ray Hall ends up pitting. We'll have to wait and see where he levels out before we can decide whether or not this strategy has been worthwhile. So here we go. And say everybody pretty much gaining spots here. Graham Rahal looks like he rejoins in 9th place, so he's actually gained a few spots here comparatively, and maybe he can make it work on the long run. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, but. Alright, so they're going to commercial break yet again. We haven't had a caution in a little while. We had the one yellow early, and then we had the Will Power spin, but that didn't bring out a yellow actually. Now that I think about it. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, where they're at commercial break right now. I can't see the track, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. So here we go. Ooh, Renus VK coming into pit road. Renus VK pits here. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I think at just the next commercial break in general, I might need to go get some water because I'm gonna need it before we get a yellow. It seems. So here we go. So yeah, I want to see what Lundgaard can do here on the long run. Because now that he's gotten the lead over below, if the car continues to feel good, he might just run it long here again. Try and make that last stop really short. Make those last couple of runs pretty short. So here we go. So yeah, Rossi went from the first car in his little pack of cars to now he's the third one. So here we go. So yeah, I love watching the Indy road course. Although I think the oval is infinitely better with these cars. But yeah. So here we go. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Oh, where do we see next stops? That's what we're talking about, and it could be soon. Hello's already in his window to potentially see that next stop. Lundgaard is in his window to potentially make that next stop, or one more lap, I guess, till Lundgaard enters his pit window. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think many people are going to jump right at the beginning of this one. We'll have to wait and see, but I doubt it. So here we go. So here we go. They're coming up to lap traffic here. The race leaders are going to be lapping cars for the first time today. Let's see. So Rahal has drifted back to 12th here. So he didn't manage to maintain that 9th place that we kind of saw, or I mentioned that he leveled off in. So here we go. So Colton Herta is not feeling the primary tire. It sounds like he is really wanting to get back on the alternates. Or at the very least, he's not liking this set of primaries. It's possible that the new set of different set of primaries could produce a different result, but we will have to wait and see on that one. But yeah. So yeah, this IndyCar Grand Prix weekend, it's always interesting to see Yeah, I forgot that it was run on a Saturday. I thought that they ran on Sunday. But yeah. Let me see. When is Iowa? Because I know I was bummed when I found out that IndyCar runs their one Peacock exclusive race while I'm gonna be at the same time and day that I'm gonna be at New Hampshire, so I won't be able to stream that one. Otherwise, that would be a really good one to do. So let's see. Oh, so that the doubleheader is the week after New Hampshire. So right after I get home from New Hampshire. Let me see what the NASCAR Cup schedule looks like that weekend. Just kind of want to know what we got for IndyCar coverage, because again, Iowa is one of my favorite races for the IndyCars all year long. So let's see, that is going to be Pocono Raceway at 2:30 for that weekend for NASCAR. But here we go. Oh wait, we got battle between the McLarens there. Rosenquist and Award, they were side by side for a moment. That was interesting. Oh, they're almost to the cords on the tires. They're gonna have to pit early. They're gonna have to short pit this one. Let's see. What about what else is happening at Pocono that weekend? Is Xfinity there that weekend? All right, so 2:30 on Sunday for Cup. But yeah. So there you go. Romain Grosjean up to 10th. Hey, that's pretty good for a driver who has not been handling it the best so far. So, all right. So Xfinity is at 5:30 on what? 5:30 on a Saturday at a track with no lights. So I guess I'll be able to do at least one of the two doubleheader, because a 3 p.m. start for a 250 at an IndyCar race should be doable. I just don't know if I'll be able to do the Sunday race because NASCAR Cup is at Pocono. So yeah, those would overlap a bit, the Sunday race. But yeah, so we'll be doing at least one of the Iowa doubleheader though. So there we go. And Pato Award comes to pit road as I was. Wait, that's Pato? I thought. Oh wait, oh yeah, there's Pato. Yeah, I was looking for the. I saw light blue accents, but then I realized that there was nowhere near enough of them to be any of his teammates. So here we go. Short pit here for this one. So again, 3 stops seems to be the preferred strategy for literally everybody. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen here, but yeah. Oh, Lundgaard going to be coming to pit road? Let's see. The guys in the booth seem to think Lundgaard might pit. I don't see. No, he stays on track. So Lundgaard stays on track. He is not pitting this lap, at least. Newgarden does, Romain Grosjean does, and Devlin DeFrancesco pit. So those are 3 more pit stops. I'm curious to see when Rosenquist pits, because where Pato Award said that he couldn't make it any further, really, on those tires. I'm curious to see where his teammate, who is also on red tires, is going to stand. Because, again, you got 2 drivers driving the same team on the same tires, roughly. But, yeah. So, there we go. Newgarden getting an adjustment and a pit stop, and he is away at a time of 6.6 in the box. So, 6.6 seconds in the pit stop. And here we go. Rossi comes to pit road. Alexander Rossi is pitting here. So, here we go. You're in a really easy window here to make it to the end. And, Connor Daly comes to pit road, too. So, Connor Daly will be on pit road here. So here we go. Alex Palou to the inside. Alex Palou just drove up and passed Christian Lundgaard. And again, that's kind of the difference between the old and new, the old tires on the blacks versus the old tires on the reds, because those black tires are going to be better for longer. Meanwhile, your red tires are going to start to fall off quicker. So they'll wear out sooner. And here we go. Here comes Lundgaard to pit road. Here comes Felix Rosenqvist on pit road. So here we go. That'll balance out the field here. Everybody gets their pit stop in. And I think that's everybody that wanted a pit that has pit, at least for now. Let's see who all hasn't. So it looks like Dixon, Rahal, Herta, Ericsson, and Palou are your remaining drivers who have yet to pit on this sequence. So here we go. So there we go. Oh, and here we go. Felix Rosenqvist coming to pit road. Kyle Kirkwood on pit road, and so is Augustine Canapino. So here we go. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting. Let's say we got. Let me see what other Saturday races. See if they have any other Saturday events. Indy 500. That's definitely a Sunday. I don't know my days of the week or my days of the month, so I don't know if June 4th. Wish it would say like Sunday, June 4th or something, but let me see. Detroit. Sunday, June 4th, so that's a 3 p.m. start. Probably going to overlap with a NASCAR race. Curious during the NASCAR off week what IndyCar is doing that week. So yeah, so it looks like Sunday is their normal day for races. The Indy Grand Prix in the summer, where they'll be running double with NASCAR. That'll be another one to look out for. Yeah, they don't have any Saturday night races. That seems weird that they don't have a single Saturday night event. But yeah, they're running a lot of early afternoon races, so I probably won't get to do too many of these. But yeah, I'm enjoying doing them while I've got the opportunity though right now. So here we go. So we got about 40 laps remaining, and Palou comes to pit road. I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. Alex Palou must have just picked because I see him dropping a ton of spots on my leaderboard here. So there we go. Oh wow. Pato O'Ward actually passed Alex Palou in the pit sequence. There we go. So Lundgaard, Palou, and O'Ward are now shuffled around, and you've got Pato O'Ward. He is now leading of the cars who have already pit. So, Ericsson, Herta, Dixon, and Rahal are the outliers here. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. But here we go. Oh, whoa! Here we go. Palou is all over the back bumper though of O'Ward. Ward is going to have to play a lot of heavy defense here if he wants a shot at winning this one. So, yeah, he's having to hold off below here and blocking a lot. This is amazing. So, here we go. Yeah, no doubt these two are going at it here in terms of using up their push to pass. I don't know how much they each have left. Pato O'Ward's got a lot less, but Pelot makes the pass on O'Ward here. And wow. And they're both on the black primary tires, too. So we'll see that battle probably last a while, too. I don't see that battle going way too soon here. So here we go. So Scott Dixon, Colton Herta pit. Scott Dixon's still on the racetrack. Ericsson's still on the track. And Ray Hall's still on the track. But, and here we go. O'Ward letting Lundgaard by, possibly. So, here we go. Lundgaard's going to try and go and see if he can get up there and make something happen with Pelot. So, Lundgaard on reds. That's going to be curious to see what Lundgaard can do here to try and battle with Pelot here. He's got red tires versus Pelot's blacks, which means he's going to have to make something happen here early if he wants a chance of doing something here. So here we go. So it's settling down a little bit here, but yeah, so now it's just, now that Ericsson's pit, it is just Dixon and Ray Hall out in front. So Dixon has been on the track for quite a bit here. So yeah, looking at the lap since the last pit there, yeah. So Dixon has been on track for about the same amount of laps as he was for his first pit stop, and obviously he hasn't had a yellow to save any fuel since then. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on this one, but that does not inspire a ton of confidence for me in him. So I think he will probably pit here very soon. I think any lap we could see Dixon pit. And Graham Rahal bites the bullet to come to pit road. Or at least I think. I think Rahal came to pit road. Oh, no. No, Graham Rahal's just getting passed here on track. And he lets Lundgaard by. Makes sense. Let the teammate by to keep the battle going between him and Pelot. And now don't let Pato O'Ward by. That's going to be the next message to Ray Hall here is hold up the guy that's trying to chase down your teammate. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see. But I think if Ray Hall can run late again this one, he could take reds here at the end and really put on a show. So here we go. I think, yeah, you're going to be seeing some strategy calls here, potentially based on the potential of a yellow, I think. Yeah, if you see the 10-car pit here for his final stop, you got to match him. So again, we're looking for about 23 to 25 to go here. So that's the number we're looking for, is about 23 to go. So that would be mean we're looking for about lap 62. So about 12 to 14 laps out from the final potential pit stops, and starting to drag the other drivers to pit road here. So here we go. We've got some interesting strategy, though, going on. And, yeah, so far only the one yellow really early for Ray, or for the, not even for Ray Hall. The yellow was actually for the two Dale coin cars. But, yeah, they're getting a commercial break, so I'm going to go just get some water, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, here we go. We're back. And alright, so we are on lap 50 and they are still at commercial break, so here we go. Alright, here we go, here we go. So we've got about 35 laps to go here. Again, we're looking for that lap 62 is what I have marked as a potential trouble spot of where we will probably see our final round of pit stops happening here. Again, Graham Rahal seems to be staying out. It looks like Dixon may have pit while we were away. Oh, and Dixon just put down his fastest lap of the race. So, Dixon's got some fresh tires, and he's making them work. So, yeah, we're about 10 laps out from what I've said is, I think, would be my last pit stop if I were calling this race. But again, that's in a vacuum because I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't have access to their live, like the actual engine data and all that, and what potentially is going on the car. Not to mention driver comfort is another thing to worry about. You want to make sure your driver's comfortable with saving the fuel that you need, not just trying to stretch it as far as you can because you can. So here we go. All right, here we go. Push the pass, and whoa! Graham Rahal has a ton left. But yeah, so if Rahal ever ends up in a situation, if we get a lucky yellow for him, he will be able to absolutely tear everybody up on that push a pass. Again, assuming that that he's good on when he gets good on fuel. Though, again, right now the question is he's trying to fuel mileage it to the end of the race. So, I don't think good on fuel is something he is going to see anytime super soon. So. So here we go. So you got 3 seconds between Lundgaard and Pillow now. So they have stretched it out. Right now we're basically just hoping. I'm hoping for a yellow somewhere at an interesting point. I'm hoping for maybe a yellow around 55 to 57. I'd like to see a yellow there. It'll it'll open up a fuel mileage race here. You'll definitely be questionable as to whether you make it or not. But yeah, I think that would be interesting. And again, it would bunch up the field a little bit to see a restart here. So here we go. They're talking about the. Sounds like Lundgaard might be trying to run a short stint with alternate tires at the end of this thing too. So he's going to try and stretch the. Oh, Pato O'Ward is gonna need. Pato O'Ward has got to do sticker reds for his final stop. Okay, that's interesting there. Because he used scuff reds earlier, so he has not actually fulfilled the race allotment of running both tires. Because technically they were scuffed. He scuffed them in practice first, and that means they're no longer sticker tires. So here we go. Can we get a? I'd like to see a yellow here. I'd like to see what a yellow flag could do here, but yeah, again, if we don't get one, I think there's plenty that we can talk about because when they pit and what they end up filtering here. So here we go, and they're going to commercial break. So we basically just get to talk about what we might see here. So let's see, Newgarden again. He's staying close in terms of the. Yeah, he's staying close in terms of the being the highest non-McLaren Chevy. But yeah, this race it definitely looks like it's gonna be Pillow versus Lundgaard. Maybe some Pato O'Ward can get in the mix there. But yeah, again, it's starting to look a little bit like a dominating day here. So here we go. I was looking through some of the paint schemes from this coming week or from tomorrow's Darlington race, and some of the throwbacks are pretty good. I think Elliott probably has my favorite throwback from what I've seen. I'm not a fan of Kyle Busch's throwback. Throwing it back to the current year is ridiculous in my opinion. So yeah. But yeah, I love the red number 9 car for Elliott. So here we go. Trying to keep an eye on anything else happening. Graham Rahal falling further and further back. I don't think he's pitting. Although he has been on the racetrack for a while. He's been on the racetrack for 25 laps, though again, he went 31 on his first stop, or on his first green flag stop, but we'll have to wait and see. I think he'll probably pit around 28 or so, 28 to 29. That's when I think we'll start to see some of these guys coming for pit road. In particular, I think Rahal, and then I don't think he will be impactful enough to force the front runners to potentially look at pitting, but we'll have to wait and see. Here we go. back to action, and Pato O'Ward just made a pass on Pato O'Ward just made a pass on Ericsson as we come back from the caution flag, or not from caution, but from the commercial break. So here we go. So O'Ward is now past Lundgaard. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna have to wait and see what ends up happening here. But you got two drivers, both on black tires, at the front of the field. But it's a 6-second gap though between Palou and O'Ward here. That's gonna be a long way here. But yeah, I think Alex Palou, he's in control of this one. I think if you want to be, if you're Palou, I think you pit at I think you pit at lap 62 or 63. Maybe even you go 1 or 2 laps further, but you do not want to get caught out. But yeah, you don't want to get caught out by the yellow, and you want to maybe even force everybody else's hand as opposed to letting them potentially try and force yours. So here we go. So Alex Palou still hasn't won an oval. That's interesting. Here we go. Here we go. I'm excited, and hopefully we got some good things coming. Oh, that's funny. So you got Lundgaard, O'Ward, and Palou, and their cars are pitting next to each other on pit road. That would be funny under if we got a yellow flag pit stop here. But here we go. Graham Rahal comes to pit road. So does Simon Pagenaud. And here comes Lundgaard. Lundgaard's coming to pit road. Lundgaard makes the first move a little early, but again, if you're going to black tires here, which again I think Lundgaard might here, I think he's gonna go black to end this race. I think, especially pitting early like this, I think you gotta go black tires for Christian Lundgaard. I don't really see any other option here. So, yep, there we go. So, Lundgaard, again, wanting to come in early because he wasn't really feeling the, he was not thinking he could make it the extra 2-3 laps that they wanted him to get him to lap 62, where I said. And here we go. Felix Rosenquist and Alex Palou coming down pit road. Pato O'Ward and Rossi take the lead. Ericsson also coming down pit road. So that's 3 more cars on pit road here. So here we go. So here we go. So here we go. We're going to see, I think, again, a lot of stops here very quickly. You're going to see a lot of them pitting here. We're waiting to see Scott McLaughlin, Delvin DiFrancesco as well coming to pit road. I think I also saw Herta didn't pit, so don't know who else. Romain Grosjean's on pit road. So a lot of pit stops happening here. So right now, Pato O'Ward is going to be the interesting one to see how long he's going to stay out there and potentially risk a yellow. Now, granted, again, we know he's got to go sticker reds here at the end of the race, so you probably want to try and get it to 20 to go. So you want to get it to 65, maybe even lap 70 if you can. But again, you do not want to risk you don't want to get caught by a yellow. Oh, what's happening with Pagano? He is stopped on pit road with nothing going on at the rear. Alright, so it sounds like a loose lug nut there. And here we go. McLaughlin and Roman Grosjean coming off pit road together. That's going to be a fun one. But yeah, those two, they got together at St. Pete earlier this year, which ended both of their days, if I'm not mistaken. Or at the very least, I know it ended Grosjean's day. I think they got into each other maybe at Long Beach, too. Trying to remember. I know Dixon and Dixon and Award got into each other at Long Beach. We got now a second car stopped on pit road. That's Santino Ferrucci. Again, I'm curious if this ends up bringing out a yellow. And again, I think Ward got spooked here because here comes Pato Award to pit road. Yeah, hey, I was right. I say the booth just said that they thought Pato wanted to make it to about lap about lap 70 to make it a 15 lap run at the end here. I was about right. So there we go. Yeah, just I will say these IndyCar races seem to go really quickly. So here we go. Let's see. Pato Award, Pillow, and Lundgaard. And there we go. Pato Award slots himself into essentially, effectively second place here. So he lost the spot to Pillow, but he's in behind. But he's ahead of Lundgaard here to fight for it. Oh boy, 23 laps on new red tires. We saw that happen earlier today, so it's possible, but I don't know if I want to be doing that this late in the race. So here we go. Colin Herta getting another set of reds on there. So here we go. And Colton Herta now got his red tires, and he's going. Scott Dixon also on pit road, so that's gonna leave Alexander Rossi as the last one out there. He is the last man standing, I guess you could say, because it's between him. He's the last one that has yet to pit, and I think at this point he's just banking that there isn't going to be a yellow, and he's hoping to maybe make it to lap 70. I'd hazard saying 75 before making his final pit stop, especially where his last pit lap was at 41, so it's been 23 laps since then already. So I think again, lap 70 would be the ideal best case scenario for Rossi, assuming that no caution comes out here. Here we go. So Dixon making his pit stop. Rossi makes his pit stop. So there we go. So here we go. Rossi is pitting, and that will complete our pit cycle here for this race, and potentially, again, I think a lot of these are final pit stops. The big question is Rahal. But most of these guys, again, we're expecting this will be their last stop, so it's going to be a fight. But the question is, where does Pato O'Ward shake out in all this? Because Pato O'Ward, if he's 7 seconds back, or if he's more than 7 seconds back, it's going to be hard to get that all back. Because, yeah, he is pretty far back there. We'll have to wait and see, maybe a lap or two, and it'll update. But, yeah. So, here we go. Alright, so Rossi cycles in behind Lundgaard, so that will cycle Rossi into 4th place here. So Rossi in 4th place here. Pato O'Ward, he is 2nd place, but he's about, looks like 8 to 10 seconds back. That is not good. That is a long way back for Pato O'Ward. But yeah, a long way to go still. We got about 20 laps to go, but everybody has made their final pit stop, so they're going to commercial break here. And yeah. So, yeah, right now, though, we're just trying to make do here. But, yeah, again, Polo has just put on an absolute masterclass today in terms of how to race this track. He got the early lead over Lundgaard, and he has just tried to stretch it as much as he could every chance he got. And being on those black tires and having that kind of lead, it's going to be hard to catch him for Pato O'Ward. Lundgaard, again, I think Pato might slip back to Lundgaard's clutches. Again, it'll depend on if we see a yellow. We'll have to wait and see. Again, it's a lot of wait and see, but yeah, it just kind of is what it is here. So, here we go. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of content Charlotte week. I'm just kind of running through real quick in my head the ideas for Charlotte. But yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of content. Of course, subscribe if you guys are excited for some NASCAR stuff. We got NASCAR tomorrow. We got All-Star Week next week for NASCAR. Also, pole qualifying for IndyCar. I don't know what pole qualifying is going to look like for potentially content on this channel for the Indy 500. Although, again, I'm going to try and do something on race day for the 500. Then, obviously, again, Charlotte Week is going to be the big one. So, here we go. They're doing a quick tribute here to the GMR safety workers. And we're back, and they're back from commercial break, which means we get to see cars on track. And yeah, it's 11.5 seconds between Polo. So without a yellow, this race is essentially over, probably. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But this race looks like it could well be potentially over here. So yeah, I mean, Pelot is absolutely just decimating the field here, and there is not much to be said beyond that. Kyle Kirkwood, 15th, just kind of looking down the field and seeing if there's any storylines. Again, McLaughlin and Romain Grosjean fighting for position. So here we go. Let's see. Just kind of looking through the field. You got the McLaren guys. They each got split up now because Pato O'Ward second, Rossi fourth, and Rosenquist in sixth. Oh, and Kyle Kirkwood just turned his best lap of the race. Hey, good job, Kyle Kirkwood, for not giving up. So here we go. Here we go. So here comes Rossi. He has the freshest tires, and he's now hounding the back of Lundgaard here. But yeah, here we go. It's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening here. Let's see what's going to happen. Again, it's just kind of a waiting game to see what ends up happening, but oh, Colton Herta sounds like Colton Herta's team still thinks they can win. What? I don't really see the possibility to gain 17 seconds. I mean, maybe we see Pelot and all them start to run out of gas, but well, I find that a little strange because again, they all have push pass left over if they needed to use any. But yeah, here we go. Again, this race, we're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. But yeah, it's the game of cat and mouse here between Rossi, Herta behind him, and then Lundgaard right in front of him. So it's going to be a game of cat and mouse that they're playing. But hopefully, hopefully they're good at a game of cat and mouse. Because yeah. Less than 15 laps to go here. We got less than 15 more times around, so about 15 more minutes of racing. So here we go. 15 to 20 minutes left in the race, so looks like we might be getting towards the end of this thing finally. But yeah, it's been pretty good though. Yeah, I love the look of the Indy cars. Like when I was a kid and I was told to draw a race car, I was drawing stuff more like what the Indy cars look like than a generic kind of car. But yeah, so yeah, I like the idea of I like the look of the Indy car a lot. I will say that much, and how they race, in particular on ovals, is amazing. Road course racing, it has its moments, and we've seen quite a few moments in this race and in a couple other races this year that I didn't stream. But yeah, like the start to that to the St. Petersburg Grand Prix that started the season, that was absolute insanity. I wish I was streaming that one. But yep, so they go to commercial break here as we are closing in on 10 laps to go. And here we go. Again, 10 seconds between the front two, but again, we're kind of watching that battle between Lundgaard and Rossi is the battle that we're watching for the big rate, for the big excitement here at the end of the race. Again, a late yellow could shake a lot of things up, though. Because I'd be curious to see if Pato O'Ward and Lundgaard were each given another shot to try and dive it in on Plo, see what ends up happening, potentially who ends up overdriving it into who. So here we go. So yeah, I mean, again, it's okay. The gap is growing a little bit. So Rossi, I think he's backing off. The big thing is that Rossi wants to make a charge right at the end of the race, but you don't want to fall too far to where you fall into the clutches of Colton Herta behind you. So here we go. Just got here, assuming Castro Neves isn't doing well. He's doing better than his teammate because his teammate just had a wheel nut issue apparently, which wasn't apparently a loose wheel. Which, according to the team, at least they said that from what they don't know what happened. So, but Castro Neves is running 22nd, so yeah, not great. Yeah, he's running quite a ways back there. But yeah, next week though, that will be the time to see Castro Neves in his home or in his natural turf. Seeing him on the Indy Oval, I'm curious to see what he does there. But yeah, that is a bummer. But yeah, say. So right now we're kind of waiting to see what ends up happening in terms of winning here, because so far we've had 4 different winners in 4 races to start the IndyCar season. And in fact, everybody in the top 7 would be a new winner for this year at least. Because Award is yet to win this year. Lundgaard has never won. Rossi hasn't won this year. Dixon has yet to win this year, which is surprising to see Scott Dixon having not won a race yet this year, as we're in race 5. So, I mean, again, there's plenty of time for him to come back, but yeah. Oh, Lundgaard's got no push to pass left to defend against Rossi here. So here we go. Rossi to the back bumper. He dives it up the inside. Here we go. Alexander Rossi makes the pass here on Lundgaard. Yeah, I'm going to be in Charlotte watching the Coke 600 for that weekend, but definitely going to be excited to be watching. I'm going to watch the 500, though, on TV somewhere. Again, not sure what my 600 weekend is going to look like, but yeah. Definitely, it's a full day of racing, because then there's Monaco in the morning. Not sure if I'll stream Monaco. I might. We'll see. It'll kind of depend on, first off, how early I'm up in the morning, because, yeah. And then, obviously, it'll also depend on how, just kind of what else I'm working on that day, because I've never actually been to Charlotte, North Carolina at all, so, for a NASCAR fan like me, there's going to be a lot I'm going to want to do, and potentially even film, so here we go. But yeah, so Rossi made the dive bomb move. We finally got the pass, and it's going to be a fight now, maybe between Lundgaard and Herta here for it. Herta's got 48 seconds to push the pass to potentially fight Lundgaard here. But here we go. So here we go. I'm gonna say 2 McLarens on the podium is pretty cool to see. I'd like to see the McLaren team have more than just one fast car, because that's been a problem for them, is that they had one fast car and then the other cars typically been behind in terms of the speed over the last couple of years. But here we go. Again, we've got 8 laps to go. We don't necessarily know that everybody's good on fuel. Nobody's really kind of said that they're worried, but I think that there is definitely some cause for concern here. Alright, so here we go. So yeah, definitely excited though for my first trip to Charlotte. But yeah, this race. Oh, Graham Rahal just turned his best lap of the race. Hey, Graham Rahal turning a pretty good race here, or a pretty good lap there. For an early spin, he's actually doing pretty well at maintaining this one. But yeah, I mean, again, for Lundgaard and honestly the rest of the Rahal team, just performing better than they had, which I don't know what happened to Harvey. What happened to Harvey? Jack Harvey is 20th. I don't remember what happened to him, but in particular for Graham Rahal and Lundgaard, though, getting 2 Rahal cars in the top 10 at this point in the year, I know it shouldn't necessarily be seen as an accomplishment, but the way they've been this year, even getting 2 cars into the top 15 has been tough for them. So, yeah. Good to see them finally starting to right the ship. Hopefully they can continue that into the month of May for Indianapolis 500 practice and testing. But, yeah. If McLaren could get 3 cars into the top 5, that would be amazing here. And here comes Rosenquist. Rosenquist on the back bumper here of the number 26 Gamebridge Honda. Not going to make the move there. I think he might make it into whatever the turn. After the back and forth here, you've got the left-right turn where the infamous curb killed the NASCARs. At the end of that straightaway, I think that could be the spot where you see Rosenquist make this move here. Turn 7, yep. Here we go. Turn 7, yep. And here we go into turn 7. Felix Rosenquist goes in and crossed over by he gets crossed over by he got crossed over by Colton Herta, and now Scott Dixon is right there as well in his orange and blue Honda. But here we go. You gotta get close. If you can stay close here, if you are Rosenquist here, if you can stay close to Herta, and potentially dive into turn 1 maybe on him, you could see another possible spot here. So here we go, diving in. And there we go. Oh, a blocking penalty for the 26. He got a penalty for blocking and had to give the spot up to the 6. Okay. I'm curious to see the review on this one, or or at least the explanation. All right, here we go. Ah. Yeah, no, I think that's a bad call. I don't. I think he held his line. It was the car behind that was doing all the swerving. Uh, okay, I'd say I'm 50-50. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see the blocking penalty there now that I've seen that angle. But yeah, I don't know. So here we go. Yeah, I'm bummed for for Colton Hurt. Now he's under attack from Dixon. So here we go. Dixon diving it up the inside on Colton Herta. And Herta's going to continue to fall further and further down the line here. So here we go. So let's see. I say Rosenquist has way too much ground to make up to try and catch Lundgaard, I think. Actually, it's only 7/10 of a second. We could see that gap. And here we go. The two of Newgarden versus Herta here trying to fight this one. That's not going to end well. But yeah, so far though, at the end of this race, we've actually had quite a bit to talk about in the closing laps. And again, I think Rosenquist is going to be the interesting one here. I think Rosenquist, he's closing in on Lundgaard. And could potentially, again, we might see a pass there to try and get three McLarens into that top four. But again, we've got only I think we got 3 laps to go right now. So 3 laps to go here at Indianapolis. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Herta's car is absolutely falling away from him now after all that fight that he gave to try and hold that position. So Colton Herta in 8th now. And here we go. Rosenquist is now on the back bumper of Lundgaard. Come on. Let's go. Can we get a 2, 3, 4 for McLaren here? That would be amazing here. Let's see. And say not a lot of and say you gotta have a position. You gotta be in position here. So he's not close enough here with 2 laps to go. I think you gotta try and either position it for into turn 1 on the final lap or into turn 7 with 2 to go. But yep, here we go. White flag is officially out for the number 10 here. But again, I want to see the battle with Rosenquist. I mean, I get it. He's the race leader for Perlow, but we're going to be talking about him a lot in post-race because he has absolutely dominated this race. But here we go. So here we go. Let's see what's going to happen here. We still haven't gotten an update on what happened in the battle between those two. Rosenquist and Lundgaard, they're still fighting, I'm assuming. So they are. But here we go. Battling. And say, right now, they're just showing Hello here as he fights through here. And again, we're just gonna. I guess we're just riding along with him for his victory lap, essentially, here, because he's got 15 seconds. It's going to be hard to see this thing go any other way, but yeah, this will be a pretty easy win here for Pelot now, but he did everything right he earned this win. Like, there's no reason why any other driver really should have won this race. And Pelot is going to be your points leader as well as with the points as they run, they finally showed them. But again, points we don't look at those until after Indy normally, I think, if I'm not mistaken on the IndyCar side of things. But here we go, off of the final turn, coming to the checkered flag here at Indianapolis. It is Alex Palou. So here we go. Now, where's Rosenquist? Where's Rosenquist? I want to see Rosenquist. Can we cut to Rosenquist? And if he is still close, we should know what's happening here. I want to see where Rosenquist is. Come on. Oh, here we go. 1-2 for McLaren. And Lundgaard holds off Rosenquist, and we don't even get to see the fight. We don't get to see them battling it out for position. That is a bummer. I mean, come on. You have a battle for the last 2 laps of the race for 4th, and we don't get to even see it. Hopefully they'll show a replay, which is why I'm not going to sign off this stream quite yet. I want to see what happened. I want to see Lundgaard trying to defend this one, but yep. So here we go. But I'm going to say Alex Palou gets this one. So Alex Palou, he's gotten his win here, and now he starts potentially they're talking about him potentially going for the triple here in May of Indy GP win, the pole for the Indy 500, and then the Indy 500 win. It'll be tough, and it looks like they're not going to show us the replay. So yeah, we're going to really quickly run through the finishing order, and then we'll sign this one off. So, Palou, Award, Rossi, the top 3. So that's your podium. Then you had Lundgaard 4th, Rosenquist 5th. So, some pretty good results for the McLaren guys. Dixon got up to 6th place. Newgarden 7th. 8th was Marcus Ericsson. 9th, Colton Herta. 10th, Graham Rahal. Good performance again for the Rahal cars, who had been struggling this year. Romain Grosjean, 11th. 12th for Will Power. 13th, Rinus VK, 14th, Kyle Kirkwood, and 15th, Marcus Armstrong. Then you have Scott McLaughlin in the number 3, finished 16th. Devlin DiFrancesco finishing 17th. Callum Ilott 18th. Connor Daly 19th. And Jack Harvey rounding out your top 20. Augustine Canapino, Castro Neves, Ferrucci, Peterson, Pagano rounding out the top 25, and then Malukas and Stingray Robb being out the race early, round out the rest of the field in 26th and 27th position. So, yep, some pretty a disappointing day, I'm sure, for the Dale Coyne team there. But quick note. For the number 11 car of Marcus Armstrong. The rest of this month, it'll actually be Takuma Sato driving that car, because Takuma Sato will be driving that car at the ovals, so that's something to take note of. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new so you guys never miss a live stream. I will be back tomorrow for the Goodyear 400 for NASCAR at Darlington Raceway. But until next time, this has been Ryan Dyer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this race, and I will see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys had to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!